Well, we live in a time when jobs don't last, careers change, families move. How many people do you know who've been in the same business for 100 years?
Tonight, we meet one of 6 families honored by the BC government for leaving their mark on the province. Tim Morris now on a farm with staying power.
As you drive by Langview Farms, what you see are the red barns on 140 acres. But if you look closely, you'll see a new plaque. It's because this farm has been here for more than a century. There are 100 Holsteins here, and some things never change on a farm.
It's a 365-day job. If you want days off, you have to get someone else to take their place. My husband used to say that he'd never missed a milking, and I don't know how many years until we raised 5 sons so we could have a few days off.
Actually, all of us had chores to do on the farm. We always had work. We had to pack in the wood for the house or look after chickens, and it was always a job for everybody, no matter what age we were.
In 1880, the first buildings went up on the Langview site. Now, more than 100 years later, the dairy farm is still here, and the Blairs are related to the original settlers.
So we've always prided ourselves in the fact that we are the 4th generation on the farm, and although I didn't know my grandfather, we've certainly heard a lot of stories from my father about his getting onto the farm here, buying it from his father-in-law. So there's always been a lot of pride in being part of a family that's been involved for so many years.
This is the oldest barn that's survived over the years, and from it you can get a sense of how things used to be.
There's the old spikes that used to drop down into the loose hay, and then it would pick it up and drop it into the big mounds. These were all just, so they had loose hay stacked right to the roof almost in this barn at one time.
This is obviously a big component.
That's right, yeah, the shovel to pick up behind the cattle, and also the pitchfork to move the hay around is probably items that have been around for more than 100 years as well. So we haven't got away from that completely.
But along with the shovels are automated milking machines and computers. Notice the collars. They tell a computer which cow is feeding and then dish out just the right amount of food.
Oh, my grandfather, he wouldn't have gone for this system, I don't think, too much.
Regardless of the technology, something's working for the farm. Inside the house are ribbons and plaques that mark this as an award-winning operation. And, of course, there's lots of cow knickknacks.
This field here is 14 acres, and then there's some over on the south side of the farm.
Out back on the fields, they grow corn for feed. And edging in on the farm, housing. And with that comes a conflict between urban and rural lives.
I have to worry about when I'm running the irrigation, whether it goes over the fence onto their property or not. Before, it was just another neighbor that had a hayfield, and he didn't mind it, water going over. But now, maybe somebody out in their back lawn suntanning or something, and I have to worry about the water dropping over on top of them.
The farm has lasted for 100 years in the same family. And right now, John is hoping his children will also want to get up at 5 a.m. and work 12 hours a day. But he says that decision rests with them.
Well, we hope they keep the tradition going.